The Madrid press, of course, this week getting very excited about the possibility of maybe Cristiano Ronaldo returning to Madrid. Cristiano wants to return, the front page of AS. Gab, from what I understand, the Juventus CEO has come out and just said, look, he's not going anywhere. So this story is dead?
Well, it was Fabio Paratici, Juventus director of football, who's come out and said it. Look, in the end, if Ronaldo says, I would like to leave, I don't think Juventus are going to hold him against his will. And, we speculated this on this in the Gab and Joel show. There is one obvious place, one obvious former club where Cristiano could be a fit in some ways, and that's Manchester United. Because obviously Edinson Cavani had a 1+1 deal. Cavani goes, you replace him with Cristiano, you have your veteran center forward, he goes back to a club he's been at before, commercial success, blah, 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 everybody wins. But it's got to be Cristiano who wants to leave, and there's no indication right now that he wants to leave. It's got to be Manchester United who want to have Cristiano, and then you got to go and you have to go and figure out terms. To be honest, with his wages, there's no way Real Madrid can afford him, so that ship has sailed. I think that is one of the very few clubs in the world who could afford him and might have an interest in making this happen, even as a short-term solution, as a feel-good solution, and he could genuinely help them in the same way Cavani has this year, maybe even more. But, otherwise, Real Madrid, that's all pie in the sky.
Let's bring Shaka into the conversation, only because I want to say Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, scored his first ever free kick for Manchester United against you, Shaka. Do you think he should return?
To Manchester, or scoring against me? To Manchester United or scoring against me?
Considering your back issues at the moment.
Listen, I see how it makes sense for Manchester United, and I think it just kind of rekindles some of those past experiences and successes that Manchester United realised under Ronaldo and around that entire Sir Alex Ferguson era. So it makes sense from that perspective. I also feel that a lot of times, as we're discussing with Juventus, it's good to build a team, even with young players, when you have that focus within your dressing room, that when things aren't going well, a lot of the blame and the media talk and the discussion is around that player. Knowing that player can handle that pressure, and it doesn't affect them. And it allows the young players to make mistakes, whatever those mistakes may look like, and not be the focus of the post-game discussion. So kind of given where Manchester United are in terms of their own progression back to what you would like to think is challenging for titles, maybe it makes sense. But to Gab's point, in terms of the numbers, especially post-COVID, it's a huge ask to take on players like that, and with the kind of hope that jersey sales covers their wages.
Don't mention jersey sales. Gab will start shouting.
Okay.
Right, Jurgen, let's forget numbers. Let's annoy Gab. If you're Cristiano Ronaldo and you've got three choices, Juventus, Real Madrid or Manchester United, what would you do at the end of the season?
I definitely would stay at Juventus. And I think, we forget here the bigger picture discussion. Why did Cristiano Ronaldo go to Juventus? Obviously, he wanted to prove a point that he can be in that league, the top man as he was before. In England, he was before, and obviously in Spain for such a long period of time. But the bigger picture decision why Cristiano Ronaldo ended up in Turin or with Juventus was that the Serie A as an entire league wanted to send out a signal, a very strong signal to the rest of the world that the Serie A is back, like it was in the 90s. And so this was huge. It was a huge message, similar to Neymar when he left for Paris Saint-Germain. And that's why I think Juventus will not even discuss a possibility for Cristiano to go anywhere, because he's part of a big plan of Serie A coming back to the big kind of times of a couple of decades ago. So that's why I hope Cristiano will stay there. He's a role model for not only the players at Juventus, like we mentioned before. Gab said rightfully so, for Chiesa and for all the players around him. He's a role model for the entire league, with his hunger, with his drive, with his commitment. And so the whole league benefits from Cristiano worldwide at the end of the day, because the image is out there. So I'm pretty sure that he will stay at Juventus, and they will start all over again for the next season with the Champions League and and it will stay the same that it is right now.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.